have fun on Pandora.
I'm
Have
excited.
fun wanting to tap that Navi ass.
I'm
I'm
gonna be
just
alone in
saying.
that theater. Let's just say that they better not have cameras in that theater because you will see my knobby ponytail coming out.
That's right. You're gonna have yourself some private time,
I
but
mean,
not so private.
as James Cameron said, the Navi hang dong like donkeys. Like,
He did not fucking say that.
yes, he did.
Sh-
They are hung like donkeys.
Send me the goddamn quote of him saying that. I need to read. I need to confirm that that's real.
It was like the first movie too when he said it too.
That makes sense.
Because that's something I've literally wondered for all three movies: is do the Navi have dicks? Because I can't tell.
The lady interviewing him was upset. He was like, "It's a PG-13 movie. Of course you're not gonna see it." Yeah, here it is.
Well, that's actually, yeah. No, I think they're hung like donkeys, basically. The title was a bit short.
Well, yeah, but he told me that he made up for that in front.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. It's
Sam Worthington just like,
Oh shit, we got big dicks. All right, I didn't know that.
Of course,
So
yeah,
you just have to fill in the blanks.
All right, at the very end, that made my year. That was the funniest. That was the best thing I've seen all year. It happened at the very end. Wow.
I'm gonna take a three-piece with the boss sauce
picture this.
and some macaroni and cheese.
You just ruined the fucking punchline.
Sorry.
Are you drinking paint today, Sam?
I'm drinking paint today.
That's the point.
That's the point, and that's what makes me so fucking mad about this goddamn movie. It's the point.
How do you hate this movie?
I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist. That fuck. That fucking fuck.
I am still here for it.
Your co-host, Mr. Workman, will not be joining us this week, for I have destroyed him for all time.
That's terrible. Can we call it the Foreskin 20 episode?
I'm fucking done.
3 for 3. Now that's really cool.
I need to stress to the people out there before this shindig gets started. Today's episode of the 3 for 3 podcast is brought to you today by Voodoo Ranger, which is a lovely beer that absolutely destroyed me yesterday, and that's why I overslept today. So drink 2 of these and you will oversleep.
Yep. I usually drink 2 of those just for the podcast, but I'm just drinking Red Bull because I have to go to work.
Heard?
Give us that money, Voodoo Ranger. Come on.
Oh, I
I
got
got 2 out of the 3 of us drinking it.
Yeah. I won't drink it, but I will speak for it.
You got
You gotta just get an empty can of it just so you can hold it up.
There you go.
I got my brother's permission to take the heads off of these and put
Let's
them
go.
on cans, and I'm just so hyped. Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast. It's a weird time in our lives because we are finally hitting the very end of a very, I would say, illustrious but also very fucking painstaking and awful 2025 for me. But we are surviving because we've seen numerous great movies. I'm your host this week on the 3 for 3 podcast, Samuel Holler. I'm joined today by 2 fucking giant fucking balls that are full, ready to talk. I got Matthew Patterson. I got Jackson Workman, who is going through some things himself right now. If his computer will let him survive the virus.
Which it never will. Which it never fucking will.
But now that we have you 2 here, Jackson, I think you could call this an entrapment because we are bringing some heat of sorts to this page via Matt's pick, and we want to wish these people Happy New Year's in special ways. So what do? We get some fucking hot-ass motherfuckers to go steal some shit, and that's how you gotta do it. And you gotta get the cinematographer from Mask of Zorro. Take it away, Matt. What is your pick this week?
Yes, as Sam said earlier, my pick is Entrapment, starring none other than Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones, with a good side performance by Will Patton, with hair.
With hair.
Yeah. So, and returning Maureen Chaikin
Yes.
And
That motherfucker is stalking me, man. He's stalking all of us. This is at least his third episode. And he was also in Mask of Zorro with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
yep. And Ving Rhames, baby, who
Mhm.
possibly could just be his character from Mission Impossible.
Thank you! I was like, he's just playing Luther again. Okay.
This could be, yeah, I was like, honestly, this could just be set in the same universe as Mission Impossible at points.
Returning composer Christopher Young from Spider-Man 3, who took over
Yes.
Justin's work.
Absolutely.
But yes, so this movie is exactly the title that you'd expect from it. It's about Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is a thief, but she's not a thief because she actually works for the government, catching thieves. She's got to catch the ultimate thief, James Bond. Mac something. I honestly don't. Robert McDougal. Mac.
Utah.
Yeah, not the Mac from It's Always Sunny. But she's got a
And not the
track him
Mac
down.
from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends either.
No, unfortunately not.
And also not the Big Mac.
Of
But he
course
is
not.
a Big Mac in the thieving world. And he is the ultimate thief. So she must go undercover as a thief herself and entrap him into helping her steal some shit. And thus begins their partnership. Yeah, who steals the Rembrandt, though, as we find out? Because Sean Connery's a sneaky fucker.
Well, to quote Morgan Freeman from a past pick on this episode, did I say you were good? Shit, you're a Rembrandt.
Oh yeah,
Literally. But yeah, and thus begins Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery flirting the whole fucking movie while they're doing some crazy cool spy shit. One would argue this is probably why she's in Ocean's 13. Maybe I'm wrong. 12. Oh, she's in 12. Fuck. Yeah. Ocean's 12. And especially with the laser scene in Ocean's. That's 12 too, right? Or is that 11?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The laser scene, which reminds me of this a little bit, but in a sense that like this walks so Soderbergh could just fucking run. Anyways, they do some cool spy shit. They start stealing stuff. And then he finds out that she is in fact a spy, or trying to get him. But she lies to him, and she says that she is just a
all
thief,
women do.
and it's all just a cover, and she needs him for another job. Until we get to the ultimate twist. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the movie, it's Sean Connery who's the undercover, and he's sent to catch Catherine Zeta-Jones because he himself is working for the FBI because he was caught a couple years ago. Double entrapment should be the title of this movie.
Does
But
the same rule apply as Double Jeopardy with that?
yes.
I mean, like if someone points a gun at you and then you point a gun at them, it kind of cancels out.
It does, as we see it does.
So
But I didn't really explain the heist of this movie, mainly because it's hard for me to explain, other than the fact they're going to steal a shit ton of money, and I think something else as well, but about $8 billion, which back in 1999 was a lot of fucking money. That was before billionaires were just everywhere. But
then
and they have to do it on New Year's Eve. Oh, and because the other guy from Mission Impossible is in this, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Ralph Saxon.
Ralph Saxon is in this, and I was like, this also, he's just his character from Mission Impossible after he got fired, and he has to work for this bank now. I don't know, but he was in it. But anyways, they have to use the Millennium Switch as a way to steal all this money. So they have to do it at midnight, 1999 into 2000.
happy
They have
millennium.
to expose this bank glitch, which apparently my mom did work for the banks back then. They did spend like 2 to 3 years trying to fix this shit before it happened. So that's why nothing went wrong, because they actually did
That's
went and fix this shit, and she was one of those people. But yeah, so basically they do it, except for right before, she unplugs her laptop. Why'd you unplug your laptop? Dumbass. Sorry. Like, it literally starts going off, and I'm like, well, you couldn't have foreseen that. You're going to have to unplug the laptop at some point. They do a crazy escape. Turns out he's the informant, but they have fallen in love. Despite everything pointing to the opposite, Sean Connery still got it. That's the truth.
You knew he
James
was
Bond
looking at
never losing that
when he
swag.
pulled that blanket up and was rubbing the top of his hand all along her body while pulling that blanket up. He could have just picked it up and put it up. No, he grazed upon her body.
I hope he was wearing lotion because I bet it felt like sandpaper.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Well, hey, she's been in the Mexican desert forever. I mean, a lot of sand gets in there. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet his
okay.
beard feels like sandpaper when he's eating that pussy too. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Or soft. I don't know. I feel like the beard could be soft, but
the white part's soft. The inner like color is a little scrappy.
he was
He's
hunting
gone
for
on
Aiden
her
October.
Connery until he Highlander.
There we go. There we go. But yeah. Anyways,
Not on my Connery till I Zeta on your Jones.
Until I Maury Chake in that pussy.
oh, Rolf Saxon her. Ah. But to get to the
Call me
point,
Thibodeau when I Ving your Rames.
there we go.
I'm Will Patton that ass.
Hey,
Give me a
But-
glass of gin.
There you go.
they fall in love. He only gives the government back $7 billion, and they do the old switcheroo, the train switcheroo, which is pretty much literally the only thing I remember from seeing this as a kid was that end scene where she holds him hostage, and then they do the train sequence, and then he's on the other side, and he does the whole disappear and runs over to the other side, and is like out of breath. Which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
I still liked it this time. I don't know. This movie, it's not the best heist movie ever. It's not a terrible heist movie. I think quality, this really shows like how the quality has degraded over time. If people didn't like this as much at the time, I was like, this is all right. Because like the storyline is like, it's interesting. But I felt like it was well crafted as far as like the directing goes and all that for what it was. And I had a good time with it. It's a good New Year's movie.
Yeah.
Not something, I wasn't like, this is terrible, but I was also like, sometimes I was like, this is a little cliched and, the age gap. I was like, I'm not sure if they convinced me on that one. But again, it's Sean Connery, so like
That's
honestly,
the only reason
they-
it's
they pick
believable
it-
is
it's
it's Sean Connery.
Yeah.
There's no. He can just bag anybody. That's it.
Yep, that's why I was like, so it works. I had fun rewatching it. I'm glad I chose it for the sense that I hadn't seen it in forever, and I had a good time with it. Didn't hate it, and made me laugh and not cry, just laugh. A couple times I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
So because I was like, they just do cool spy shit 90% of the movie, or like thieving shit. So I'll leave it up to you guys.
Mr. Holler.
I had not heard of this movie whatsoever until you brought it up as your pick, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked at the cover and I was thinking about that Jackie Chan movie, The Medallion, and the poster for that a little bit, and I was like, what? This is a very interesting time period of just like movies that they're made like they are like complete through and through movies, but it's also like, why? I don't know. But seeing Kevin McNally pop up fucking blew my mind, and it really locked me the fuck in when she bashed that fucking Voss, as Sean Connery called it, Voss, over his head. And so I was just in it for the ride. It was fun. There was not much to get out of it, but I think I was there to see what was going on. I was questioning things, making the plots. I was like, who the fuck is this person stealing this thing and putting an Elvis picture in the frame at the beginning? And that was interesting. And then clearly Sean Connery's the fucking creep watching through the window through the giant fucking binocular, because I know his silhouette anywhere, and I could hear him say millennium every day for the rest of my life. The way he said that word was just perfect. Yeah, it was just funny enough, just believable somehow. Like, everything that was going on didn't take me out of the movie. It didn't like be like, what the fuck, this is the dumbest goddamn fucking thing you could possibly do. Dumb shit happens, but like, it's also the kind of dumb shit that I think would take place in a heist like this. And for someone who's experienced and inexperienced, but then the twist of the inexperience being experience and all that kind of stuff, it was a pretty chill ride.
Well, so Sam, I had a similar reaction when Matt picked this, in that I had never heard of this before, ever, and was like, huh, interesting. What is this? And yeah, it seemed interesting on the surface. The poster looked cool. The premise sounded cool. The two leads obviously were cool. And I'm just like, okay, this could definitely be something. And, sat down to watch it last night and was like, all right, let's see where this takes us. This could be a fun, spy film, thriller kind of deal, cat and mouse, Sean Connery, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like, let's see what we're getting ourselves into. And, goddamn, this was just so goddamn boring and stupid. I just did not fuck with this at all. And I really thought I was going to. I saw that the reviews for it weren't great, and I was just like, come on, like, how bad could this be? Like, it's Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones, and they're pulling off a heist together. Like, what's not to like? Well, a lot, apparently. It's just really fucking insanely stupid. The plot is so goddamn simultaneously undercooked and convoluted at the same time. It is unbelievable how generic and boring the screenplay is. It is just, there is no fucking chemistry.
Shout out Ron Bass.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that in a minute. But but there's no chemistry between the leads because the script doesn't let them have any chemistry because their relationship is based on absolutely nothing. They talk in circles. We don't learn anything about their characters. It's literally just boring ass bullshit. Like, barely anything fucking happens. Every line of dialogue is so fucking boring and generic. The heists are so poorly explained. And when they're pulled off, they're so fucking illogical. It almost seems pointless to point out how dumb and illogical so many of the plot points are because I'm just like, well, no shit, Like, and then it's funny because, like, for most of the movie, I was just mainly indifferent towards it. I was just like, all right, this is just boring, whatever. Like, I'm not in pain in any way. This is just boring as hell. And then, holy shit, the last minute of the movie, like, pissed me off so goddamn much. I was like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Like, how did you do it? Oh, I just hopped between the trains before it got to the next station. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Like, and then just them, like, having the just fucking studio rewrite happy ending bullshit. Like, the only FBI agents I've ever heard of that let the prisoner not only have access to the thing that he stole after they've made the arrest, but lets him have 5 minutes to talk with the other person completely unsupervised, giving him time to give her the thing. Again, I feel stupid even pointing out how stupid it is.
Wait, Jackson, do you think the ending would have been better if the trains go by and you just hear the screams of her being ripped apart as she tries to hop between the trains and, like, dies?
Yeah.
And then
honestly, yes.
And then the FBI guy's like, forget it, Mac. It's entrapment.
I would have given this movie 5 stars if it had ended that way.
Because, like, what happened? She hopped between the trains.
She was a train spotter. But yeah, it what was I gonna say? Oh, and so, but here's the thing. So from what I've read, from what I've been able to gather, it seems to me like what happened is this was originally supposed to be like a big budget action movie, and that's how it was written. And the studio
Antoine Fuqua was supposed to direct it.
Yeah, and the studio did not want to pay for it. They wanted to make it as cheaply as they could. So basically, they cut all of the action scenes out, and that's why the movie is just so goddamn slow and boring and nothing fucking happens, because it's like, well, we wrote this as an action film and then we cut all the goddamn action scenes out. So now it's just a bunch of boring nonsense. And yeah, so that kind of helps me understand why it is the way it is.
It comes under budget thanks to Sean Connery.
Yeah, because they were trying to save money as much as they could.
Drove himself, he flew like a regular human being.
Which is good. Good for him, because most people wouldn't do that. But yeah, so that kind of
$20 million off of this shit, though.
Say what?
He got his $20 million check, though. He didn't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet he did. And that's the thing,
man, I get to fuck Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That's the thing too. I should have known because post 1996, Sean Connery could not pick a good movie to save his fucking life.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is the best Sean Connery movie.
You, mister.
It was so good, famously. It was so good.
He said he couldn't do better.
He retired from acting because he couldn't top himself after that. He knew it.
He said Stephen Norrington is the
that it was
Class
made
A
for
director, and I would never work with anybody else. Huh?
I didn't hear what either of you just said.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was made for the PS Vita, and he knew he could not top that. Too many children watching his face on a little tiny screen.
He said Stephen Norrington is the Class A director, and he would never work with anybody else because nobody.
He said, "I've worked with the best, and this is the top."
Yep.
It can't be beaten. Frankly, honestly, at this point in his career, like once you've seen Sean Connery in a giant teddy bear costume, there's no recovering from that. You can't take him seriously again. So he just decided he knew that, and so he just kept picking dumbass movies that no one would take him seriously in. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. It was just boring, dumb, generic, really just fucking slow and pointless. The characters are so goddamn stupid. Again, it feels almost pointless pointing out how incredibly dumb Will Patton is to let her go on for that long without just fucking arresting her when he could have at so many goddamn points.
No.
It's incredibly fucking stupid that Catherine Zeta-Jones calls this motherfucker on Sean Connery's phone, not thinking that he's listening in. It's incredibly stupid to point out. The fact that the Ving Rhames plot twist makes absolutely no goddamn sense. And I'll say this. I appreciate what they were trying to go for with that twist at the end with Sean Connery being the one trying to... I was like...
They do hint at it a little.
I was like, that tells me that there was a good idea in here somewhere originally, because that's actually a pretty clever idea. I didn't see that coming. And I was just like, okay, like that's... But fucking hell, like so much else around it just did not make any sense. And whatever, I don't give movies ratings because I'm terrible at ratings, but if I did, this would get an extra star for Ving Rhames. Whatever it would be, an extra... That motherfucker literally just makes everything he's in better. That is one of the biggest crimes that this movie had, was not having him in it enough. Because every single fucking time he was on screen, I was locked in. Like, the rest of the movie could not have given less of a shit. When he was on screen, I was locked in. So, I'll just say that.
I will shout it out for being a Christmas, New Year's movie through and through, though. Like, it always lets you know what's going on, and it makes you feel like this is the right time to watch it. And it got me hyped for the Millennium, unlike another pick this week. This one got me hyped for the Millennium and to see what would happen.
I don't know. I've seen it on TV. It feels like if you catch us on TV on the afternoon when you're doing nothing, that's like probably the best time to watch it. Never like... Because we did have to kind of go out of our way to see this one a little bit, so I can, But
weirdly, it's if you go to a lot of the people who made this movie, it's like one of the top things. It's in their top 4 on IMDb on a lot of people, like the director, the writers, the cinematographer, the composer, some of the actors. I'm just like, why does this movie have so much exposure?
Because apparently it was a gigantic hit. It made over $200 million at the box office, so... Yeah, which is nuts to me because I've never fucking heard of it before.
Suck it, Fuqua.
That is funny though, because like I just remember this as from being a kid, like watching this one time on TV and being like, I did feel like bored as a kid, but that's because I was like probably 7.
I would also like to point out that the sex scene between Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones was apparently voted the second worst sex scene in film history. By I can't remember which film magazine it was, but number one apparently was
fucking Marlon Brando with the butter. I forgot about that.
Wow.
I don't know if that was even in the vote. I don't think that was even. I don't think they would have put Last Tango in Paris in the poll.
Wow. It was Sharon Stone and Joe Pesci in Casino, apparently.
Oh wow! All right. I guess they just don't want short kings to win.
That's what I was thinking.
That's goddamn right.
I was like, this list was not voted by old white men. It was. These would be the best sex scenes in the world.
This one definitely would have.
I just had a little bit of my dyslexia kick in, and I got a text saying, an unexpected treat is here to make your day, but I read, an unexpected threat is here. I was like, nice, all right. All right.
This will being launched at your house, Sam.
Literally.
You better hope that Rebecca Ferguson is on it.
It's like FedEx, but they delivered a pipe bomb to your house. That guy from DC made his way all the way down to you.
That's what one of us is gonna do. That's when the bit's gonna go too far.
That's what I would have done to the other Sam that's going to be in this podcast if I had heard that fucking radio broadcast, that goddamn schmuck.
We got to send you, like, each one of you guys, we all get a package, and it's like, we have to defuse a bomb by the end of the podcast. We're all just sitting there, like, trying to defuse a bomb.
Frank's I'm just going and start cutting everything.
Yep.
Sam dies really fast. It's just like,
always cut the red wire. It's like, boys, always cut the red wire, and then we just see an explosion.
It's like somehow your screen just cuts to like an atom bomb going off in the distance.
Yeah. Shout out, spoilers for Pluribus.
Oh, yeah.
No. But I will also say this. In a movie that had just one of the most goddamn heinously boring scripts I have ever fucking seen, one really cool line that I did appreciate was when they're planning to pull off the second heist, and Sean Connery says, like, all right, I'll do it. And she's like, you will? He's like, it's impossible, but it's doable. I was like, I was low-key kind of badass. I like that.
No, I like his lines a lot, especially like the part where her parachute falls off in the middle of the heist, and so he puts his on her and then pushes her down that chute, and because she wants him to go with him, and he's like, if we're together, we would fall down like stones. And I'm just like, yeah, I love you. Hold me, Sean.
Give me that 00 and that 7.
Yeah. I don't need no blankets when I'm in bed with you.
Oh man,
creepy as fuck. Sorry, that scene just bothered the shit out of me when you just.
It bothered the shit out of me because I'm like, they haven't slept together yet at that point, but she's just completely naked. She's completely naked in front of him, like just sleeping, and I'm just like, did I miss a scene? Like, they haven't slept together yet. This is just fucking bizarre.
What all beautiful women do, Jackson. They sleep naked.
In front of 60-year-old men?
Most of the time, yes.
Who they don't know that well?
Most of the time,
kind of an adversarial relationship with.
She like looked over, saw no Viagra on the nightstand, was like, I'll be fine.
And rolled over.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Ain't nothing happening tonight that I ain't aware of.
This episode is brought to you by Voodoo Ranger.
Don't you want to sponsor this Voodoo Ranger?
You want to be rock hard like the size of this Voodoo Ranger can? Get some fucking Viagra, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery drinks Voodoo Ranger.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is his Viagra, so it's okay.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is any man's Viagra.
Actually, that would be a good Voodoo Ranger commercial. It's like he's trying to get it up, turns over, sips a Voodoo Ranger, gets rock hard.
It'll make you rock hard. I'm just saying. Voodoo Ranger. Shaken, not stirred.
I'm gonna make an AI Sean Connery Voodoo Ranger ad right there. I need it.
In the entrapment bed, though, specifically.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you for the entrapment, Matt. I would not have known it existed otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, it was either that or Are We There Yet?
I mean, I'm down with that too.
Yeah, same.
I didn't realize that was a New Year's movie.
Yep.
That's wild.
When they get there. Or it ends on the fireworks
next year.
I had this weird fucking fever dream that I was watching this Christmas movie, that there's this weird plot twist with Jennifer Coolidge taking the like countdown to Christmas and adding days to it. So in my brain, I was like, I have this fever dream of watching this movie before, but the twist at the end of the movie is that they missed Christmas and it's like 9 days after Christmas and they're still celebrating. And it didn't happen at the end. And I'm like, what the fuck did I see? Because I vividly remember all of these actors reacting and experiencing the finding out that it was like January 5th or something like that, and they We're like, what the fuck? But who knows?
It was in the same. It exists in that same realm of scenes as the scene in Once Upon a Time in Mexico with the POV dog shot.
Yes, it does.
It was never. You were never really here, like Joaquin Phoenix.
It's the Barbra Streisand and Frank conundrum.
Yes, if you know, you know. Which
And-
the audience does not.
Yeah, the audience.
That did
we
not
cut
make the fucking cut in that episode.
God damn it. Okay.
I did not know that it did not make the cut. I kind of expected that one to stay hidden.
I did too.
I think parts of it did, but most of it did not.
People are like, what the fuck are they referencing? Let me tell everyone. No, I'm just that can be our trailer.
Yeah. But much like our podcast spreading the future or the potential of what could have been, I think if y'all had your final thoughts on Entrapment, we need to take a little journey into the future before we take a journey into the past. The days of future past. And now that we are ramping on up to the millennium, I must say, goodbye, 20th century. Go fuck yourself. And most importantly, why the fuck did you give me this goddamn movie? Because I want to know, and I don't understand it. But I'm here for it.
Are you talking to us?
I was about to say, motherfucker, what?
I'm talking about the 20th century. The 20th century,
okay.
This is one of the last things that...
Like, don't put this shit on us.
I was like, we didn't do
You motherfucker.
So yes, my pick this week, goodbye 20th century, is Macedonia's 1999 submission to the Academy Awards. After season 1, y'all challenged me to find an obscure foreign pick, and I dove in hard, and to the point where I found this movie. I lost this movie again, and I spent months searching for the poster, which is a badass fucking Santa Claus with a pistol shooting at the fucking screen. Not so much in the movie.
Before you say anything else, thank you for confirming something that I had thought. I was watching this movie, because this was originally going to be your Christmas pick.
Yes.
And I was watching this movie, and I said to myself, I know for a goddamn 100% fact, the only thing that Sam had seen from this movie was a picture of the guy in the Santa Claus outfit, and he just immediately picked this for the
I
Christmas
think it was from the
thing.
poster too. Yeah.
Yes.
Did not know what the fuck this was, just saw that and picked this, and then found out it was a New Year's movie.
And coming out, still don't necessarily know if I know what the fuck it's about.
Okay, because I was like, you saw my text last night.
Yeah.
Matt, your text fucking floored me last night. That legitimately made me laugh.
I was so confused. I was like, I can't. Every time I tried following it, it would do something. I'd be like, okay.
To give you the brass tacks, folks, and for you to picture this, you get 3 stories. Number 1, you're an immortal fucking god that gets to fuck people, and people try to kill you, but you won't die. Much like the desert scene in Last Temptation of Christ, you go on a spiritual walk. And that's it. 2, a very brief flashback to the first wedding in history, but it turns out the first wedding in history was a bunch of incest. So let's kill him. 3, you got Santa Claus coming home on New Year's Eve, just trying to sleep. He's just trying to sleep. He put in a hard fucking Christmas that year. But no, some fucking weirdos are in his goddamn apartment trying to embalm a fucking body, and he is stuck with these fucking weirdos, and so all hell breaks loose, and you start killing people. You break. You have your falling down moment, but in Macedonian. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I will say, Santa and many of the other people involved in this film, which I need to look up the two directors' names because I cannot pronounce them, Darko Mitrevsky and Alexander Popovsky, share a very common thing for me. And in that way, as someone put it, my way, we get the return of Robbie Williams' favorite song on the goddamn podcast. And I lost my goddamn shit. I sang it so loud while watching the movie. I was proud. I wanted to bring my father out because we hadn't done it in 25 years, but it's been a while since the millennium. 25 years to be exact. So, we had to get the OG one. We have to have the new one. We gotta get everything together and we gotta fix all the fucking problems. But I can't tell you what the problem is because the movie doesn't tell you either. So, glad I watched it. I don't know if I'm ever going to think about this movie much again after this podcast. But, and I hope it didn't destroy my 99% run for the two of you. It almost did for myself, because, Jesus goddamn Christ, what did I get myself into? But I stood by my choice. I didn't.
God, what have I done?
I tried to change my pick at the very last second, and
I didn't tell you.
because I was like, God damn it.
That's very apparent to me now why you were trying to switch so late. I was like, okay, I think maybe I see now why.
But I'll let y'all poop all over this thing. Do your thing. Do your your doo-doo, do the doo-dah. And we'll break it down.
Matt.
I mean, it had some artistic merit in the sense that I was like, they're trying, especially with what they had at the time. There was a couple times where I was like, that wasn't terrible. Like the CGI, I guess, or the effects. Like there's one fade into a moon I thought was pretty cool. And don't know if this is spoilers or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump to near the end here. That shot where it goes like into the toilet and then into space and then into the fucking talk show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, wild. Thank you. I was like, you know what? That is insane. I wouldn't have thought of that ever. And the fact they did that back then, kudos, with, I'm sure, very little budget. Other than that, I was just very confused. Not a coherent plot. It was more like, it felt like it was trying to be Jodorowsky a little bit, but
yeah, I get that 100%.
Yeah, in a sense that it wasn't, but it was like not second rate, but almost parody or like trying to be just too hard. I don't know. And it was kind of funny. If I had an umbrella, I'd be going pew pew pew.
I did laugh when he said, when he held the gun up to the old lady's face and he was just like, if I ever see you again, and then just fucking blasts the shit out of her and the blood splattered on the duck. And the two fucking weird ladies with the heads, all six bowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of crazy shit going on. And then that one dude near the end when he's like, pulls out the fucking guns, but they're just like water guns. And then he ends up having sex with that girl in the bathtub for what reason? I don't.
Potatoes. That's how they make vodka.
Wait, what?
She poured a whole basket of potatoes
Those
in
were apples.
Oh, they were apples? I thought they were potatoes. Alright.
How fucked up were you when you were watching this, man?
I mean, I was like fucked up too. I was just more like, I can't be this fucked up.
Well, part of it was that we had a VHS rip of this, so also like a little of the color was a bit distorted.
I could still tell that they were apples, though.
Yeah, I guess they're Adam and Eve. And she
like,
I didn't even think. You're right. I didn't even think about it that way.
I was like, leave it to Sam to have one softcore porn scene in his script.
I'm telling you, every time,
This
it's always good.
Hey, it was tasteful, all right?
It was tasteful, I'll give it that. It was well shot.
Yeah, because technically they weren't fucking. She was goddamn almost on his chest. She was so
just
high
grinding
up.
away, eating her own hair.
I was like, this
essentially
also
our dick
should have
on
been
our
voted in that poll of the worst sex scenes, up there with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like,
Hey,
truly,
she's fucking his heart, not his dick, okay?
that's true. Because that's what she really cares
Back
about,
with his soul.
is his heart. That's a good point.
And if they are Adam and Eve, his penis is a snake, so it bit her.
There you go.
Yeah, Jackson, I'll let you go for it.
Well, so,
Wait, I need another scoop of this Voodoo Ranger.
I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. You ready for this? So, once upon a time, roughly about 24 hours ago, I woke up and I was like, okay, this is gonna be nice. This has been a very busy. This has been a very busy week, and I get to have a few hours before I go into work today. And then I got a text from my manager saying that I had to come in early because somebody called out. And I was at work all by myself on the busiest day of the week for an entire shift, and it was fucking exhausting. And this kind of screwed up my plans, you see, because I was going to watch one of the movies before I went to work and one after I got home. But this meant that I was going to have to watch just one afterwards and then wake up early as fuck this morning and watch the second one, which I did not feel like doing because I was fucking exhausted. I didn't even get home until midnight last night. So, yeah, I didn't finish the Entrapment until 3 in the morning. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get up at fucking 8:30 tomorrow morning and watch Goodbye 20th Century. So I am on fucking 3 hours of sleep. I get up, and the first thing that hits my eyeballs is this goddamn fucking batshit fever dream, coked out, every goddamn hard drug known to man out fucking movie that is one of the most goddamn fucking insane things. The only movie that has ever rivaled Interstate 60 for like the most just goddamn unhinged fucking thing I have ever seen. And I'm just like, is this real? Am I asleep? Did I not wake up yet? Is this actually like a real fucking... Am I having a fever dream? Because the flu's going around everywhere. I'm like, is that what's going on right now? But no, this was real. And, Sam?
Good morning.
Sam, I think you have just... You're Icarus, my friend.
I'm flying.
You have not only flown too close to the sun, you dove in head first on this week. Because goddamn it, you've had a run in the last 4 or 5 weeks of these fucking obscure ass movies that I've never heard of, where I'm just like, oh wow, okay, you took a shot there and it paid off, but you flew too goddamn close to the sun this time, my friend, and you went all the way off the goddamn rails. And what the holy hell did you fucking pick? I mean, like, what this movie, and I'm going to tell you something. Honestly, I fuck with the first half of this movie. Like, I fuck with it. I was like, okay, I was following it. I was able to follow what was going on. It was bizarre, but I was like, okay, but this is fun. I like it. It's this, like, quaint, little, low-budget, like, post-apocalyptic movie, you know, that's really fucking weird. But hey, like I'm having a fun enough time with it, you know? And then it took a hard goddamn left turn in the second half. Once we cut to Santa Claus and all that bullshit, it lost me completely. I was like, what? And then it just kept getting crazier and crazier and more incoherent and more insane. And then by the time we got to the actual moment where I literally was like, I almost texted you in the same vein that Matt did last night saying, what the holy hell did you fucking choose for this show? Was the scene at the wake in the apartment where the old lady in the wheelchair just farts her goddamn ass off and the guy just gets up and screams into the camera for no reason. I was like,
start throwing firecrackers.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, holy shit. Whoever made this movie, surely, I would say that they should be institutionalized, but surely they died of a massive drug overdose before that already happened. So, because whoever made this was on every drug known to man all at once and probably died from it. And, wow, they must have some good shit down in Macedonia. Fuck.
Give me that. Give me that.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, so what else can you really say? There's not much else to say but that.
I do want to ask y'all, because there is a very pristine HD remaster of this movie that is like crystal clear. But I think the fact that we watched it with like a VHS quality almost kind of made it better.
It made it more charming almost.
Yeah, like it felt like I got my hands on something that like I shouldn't have. And then you just fucking take that baby and you shake the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Poor Santa too, though. He got his fucking ass capped. So,
Very much so. But he
Yeah.
cannot die.
but he cannot die. That's one thing that I found it very interesting. That like it was the three time periods was the 1900, 2000, and then 2019. Much of which that I feel like back in the 90s with the whole end of the world kind of craze, you really had no clue what 2019 was going to be like. But I think their like version of it was just so interesting, and I wanted to know these characters. I wanted to know what that fucking chest like metal plate on the side of that dude's head was, and I just wanted to understand the whole world that they were creating. And I was like, arguably, if the world did kind of go to shit at 2000, which it already did, this is what I would imagine 2019 looking like.
I'm sorry, this is a hard derailment.
Instead, we have Finn boys. So
you mentioning the costumes, this is a hard derailment, but it just reminded me of how shitty the costume design was in Entrapment. Like that scene at the something I forgot to mention.
Not expecting that.
The scene at the masquerade ball, she's the only one wearing a goddamn mask. And then everyone who you see kind of wearing one, it's like the laziest, cheapest shit. It's like there's someone with just one little thing covering her eye. It pissed me off a lot. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But no, I just fucking wild, absolutely wild, and I was not expecting any of what happened, and I was not expecting to well, frankly, because I'm American, I did not want to watch a foreign film, but more so because for me it was 2 a.m. last night, and I was oh, fuck, I really gotta like watch my movie. I'm not gonna wake up on time.
Wait, did you really not see it until like basically when I was watching it?
Yes. Your text is what got me to actually start it. It reminded me I needed to watch my own pick. I was like, oh fuck. And I threw it on and I was just like really like not concerned about the fact that it wasn't English language at all. I was just more concerned like, is this just going to get more and more absurd and more like confusing as it goes on? And yes, Virginia, it does get more confusing. All right. And there is a Santa Claus, god damn it.
There is a There you go. But yeah, man, I fucking serious. And I also have to stress, like, I just finished it before we started recording. So like I woke up, I started it, and then I finished, like, I had no time to, like, pause it or, like, take a break from it because, goddamn, it was a lot. I'm tired. And so it was just, like, an overload of, like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Jackson,
so,
have you seen a Delicatessen?
I'd like to.
Okay. This is, like, that's a very condensed, actually kind of, like, fleshed out kind of version of the way that this feels tonally. In my opinion, I don't know if you would agree, Matt, but
yeah, I mean, because Delicatessen's like more legitimately like a weird movie. This one just felt like, I don't know,
abstract strands.
Abstract, yeah.
It just things.
Delicatessen literally does make sense. You can't.
I almost feel like because there were two directors, and I'm almost wondering if like the first half was done by one of them and the second half was done by the other one because I'm like they feel so different, and
they divided up the drugs, so that's why they haven't died.
One's on MDMA and Molly and LSD, and
that was the assignment. Was like, okay, I'm gonna take these drugs and I'm gonna take these drugs, and we'll see how it affects both of us as far as what we do, what we make.
I think they originally came up with the idea for 2019, and they were like, "But what happened in the year 2000 that led to this?"
But hear me out. Hear me out. There's a fucking incestuous marriage that happened in 1900, and we gotta explore that shit.
You're just like, you're fucking onto it, man.
I swear to God, this is gonna be the next fucking Casablanca. I swear.
And unfortunately, it did not get selected for the Academy Awards that year.
Rip.
But Macedonia submitted, and that matters. I think this might be the first and only Macedonian film I have seen. I could be wrong.
It's definitely the first and only one I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And I'm terrified to watch any more now.
Turns out they're all just equally as crazy. That one sane Macedonian film ever.
Yep. Hey, I give them props. They're committed. If that's the case, they're committed to insanity.
Despite doing this in a very weird order. I did find it interesting that each of the three movies this week had a very different time for which New Year's took place. Because Entrapment, it happened like just over halfway. This is like at the very end, and then our last pick, it's towards the beginning, and so that's where it's just like, whoa, all right.
It's funny though because this and Entrapment both had to do with the Millennium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is very
You think-
interesting thread.
You think it was because they fucked up the bank on the early 2000s? That's why this whole thing happened. Somehow Macedonia got hit pretty bad.
Macedonia actually made bank. They tricked the
Yeah,
system.
Actually, the 8 billion they stole was just the entirety of the Macedonian reserve, and they were left with nothing.
Maury Chicken was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's-
Stole from the wrong person. And then the budget for this dropped substantially. 'Cause they didn't have
Oh my god. Yeah, it.
Let's
Boy,
see
it
if we
was
can pronounce
something.
the title, though. The original title. Zubogom na Dzvieto Vek. Goodbye, 20th century. Hope I never see you again.
If we have any Macedonian viewers that can tell us how accurate Sam's Macedonian,
I
just
guarantee that was horrible. That was horrible.
Please let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Good or bad?
Good or bad.
Yes.
Just as long as you're Macedonian and watching, we want you.
Yes.
As this Uncle Sam says, but a later Uncle Sam says, I don't want none of that shit. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. It's probably the 9.5% Voodoo Ranger.
We're starting to see. I'm starting to see where I get to when I'm now that I'm sober. I'm like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Why I just weird shit.
Oh man.
my inhibition. I can't say it. It's turned out.
Jesus Christ, Sam.
I was trying to say inhibition, but I'd say inhibition because
Inhibition.
I am bitching when I'm drinking the 9.5% Voodoo Ranger.
Another commercial right there.
Come on, Voodoo Ranger. We got to start tagging them. That's what we got to do.
Yes.
I'm going to put them in the tags. DM them. Say, hey, we got some shit for you.
We're a pretty small business, but we'll make your numbers triple.
Yes.
Sorry, that didn't make sense either.
No, I say you're doing. That was a reference to Marty Supreme. You're doing Mr. Wonderful's finger pyramid thing.
Yes.
All hail Saint Nick.
Oh, hell, Saint Nick.
Ricky saw it the other day, and him and I, every time we see each other, we're just like, "Oh, hail Saint Nick," and then we started a conversation.
But yeah, Sam, I think this is your. I think this might be your 1%.
Oh,
In your 99% run. I don't know. I mean,
For you.
I'll say this: I did not hate the first half, so I'll give it that. I was like pretty into it the first part of it. It was really mainly the second half where it went off the goddamn rails. Like, once it completely switched the story, that was when I was like, okay. And then it just got way more just over the top and pretentious and coked out and just like, all right, what are we fucking...
Well,
what is
to
happening?
be fair, I didn't hate it when I was watching it. I was just more like, what the fuck is this? And
I may not have hated it as much if the circumstances had been different and I wasn't on 3 hours of sleep and
make
shit.
it a 0.5%. Make it a 0.5%.
Okay, 0.5%
I'll take
So
it.
you have
I'll
you
take
get
it.
one more.
99.5%.
You got one more 5%.
Yeah.
Fuck up a full percent because then you're at 1.5.
That's right. Also, Head was
If I
last
do it.
Head was last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
So you're still
Was
good.
it?
Yeah, it was.
It was the
Oh.
Tender Mercy episode.
Damn, I could have heads felt like
In the mood for love.
the other day.
That was the one right before the finale.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking. Hey, it's one of those things I can say. I've seen this.
It exists.
I thank you for that much, Sam. I'm like, I can say that I've seen this fucking thing now.
It has merit in that. Yeah, I would say that for sure.
Solace in that because every week for the last few weeks you've been like, Sam, where the fuck have you found these movies? And it just feels
Yeah, I ask you with the utmost sincerity, more than I ever have before, where the fuck did you find this shit?
Well, this one I know I've seen it on stuff because when I was looking up Christmas movies, it was under sci-fi on Wikipedia when I saw it. And that's why I clicked on it and I was like, the poster looks interesting, but everything else looked pretty bad. Not bad, but like low quality images. And I was like, I don't even think it's on anything. So
I found it on Twitter.
You found it on YouTube, so I was like, shit.
And that's what, yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it anyways, but I was like, the fact that you did, I was like, okay.
I'm just glad I realized it was a New Year's movie, not a Christmas movie at the last second, so I could.
It seems like a Christmas movie.
You would think. But it all comes back to the millennium. Until now, when we go back in time to the 90s once again, for some way, somehow, it is
Jackson. Jackson feels very close to the title of this movie right now, I'm sure.
Very, very much.
Sleepless in Hendersonville.
Sleepless in Hendersonville. What a terrible place to be sleepless or anything else.
Haven't slept a wink in Hendersonville.
What a terrible place to just be. Not even just be sleepless, just to be.
Damn.
Yes. My pick this week, because as Matt said, apparently I'm on menopause with my picks recently, is Sleepless in Seattle. And I think it's fitting, because last year for the New Year's we did When Harry Met Sally, and now we have yet another Nora Ephron written and this time directed Meg Ryan starring vehicle with Rob Reiner, rest in peace. We'll get to him next week. Yes. But picture this, folks, if you will. You're Tom Hanks and your wife has just died. And you have a little 8-year-old kid. And you live in Chicago. And you know what? You're really fucking sad because your fucking wife is dead. And it sucks, you know? And they're offering you all kinds of fucking support groups and all kinds of bullshit like that. But you don't want no part of it because nobody knows how you feel. Nobody gets it. So the only thing you can really do is move with your son to a different environment. Not Chicago. We got to get away from Chicago. We got to get to a place that's a good environment with great weather and, you know, great just things to do. Let's move to a place where it rains every day of the goddamn year. Let's move to Seattle. That sounds like a nice, you know, environment to be, where you got to wear a fucking fleece every day, and everyone listens to Nirvana. It's an interesting environment to live in. And so you move there, and it's about a year and a half later, and your son, well, he notices you've been sad ever since your wife died. So what does he do? He calls a fucking radio show. How the hell he found out about this radio show, being 8 years old, or, you know, how to call it, is anybody's guess. But
he's also on menopause.
That explains it.
Last name is Baldwin, so I think they're pretty used to calling the telephone when something's going wrong.
Very true. Very true.
When your mom dies, you start listening to public radio.
There you go. But he calls a radio station, and this radio therapist says, "Hey, put your dad on the phone. It sounds like you're in a tough situation. Maybe we can talk to him and get him to share his feelings." And so Tom Hanks gets on this radio show, and he shares his feelings about his dead wife. And who just so happens to be listening while she's driving in the car? Why, none other than Meg Ryan, of course. And she's listening to Tom Hanks pour his heart out, and it moves her. It moves her to tears. She's very touched by it. And, you know, it helps that she's in a very unfulfilling relationship with Bill Pullman, who's boring-ass schmuck in this movie.
Allergic to everything.
Say what?
Allergic to everything.
Yes! Allergic to fucking everything. God damn.
Including good sex.
Shit. And she's unfulfilled, goddammit. And so, what does she do? She basically becomes a stalker and starts stalking Tom Hanks and trying to write him letters and follow him everywhere, even though she doesn't know anything about him other than what she heard on the radio. And yeah, the two of them are just trying to navigate their lives where they are. And they eventually meet on top of the Empire State Building. But do they fall in love? Do they get together? Well, you gotta watch to find out, or you can just listen to us spoil it in about a minute. But yeah, that's how that goes down. That's basically the gist of it. It's a classic rom com, considered one of the greatest of all time, and yeah, that's all there is to it, really. But the joke's on Meg, because in the end, Tom Hanks ends up marrying his sister.
The real joke is on Rosie O'Donnell because she's never going to be welcome in New York ever again.
Yes, Rosie O'Donnell is also here. We must point that out.
Goated in this movie, but
pretty damn good. This was her era before she became the Rosie O'Donnell that we know today. When we still thought like, oh, there is a reason for you to like just be relevant in things, you know.
Damn. Yeah.
But yes, that is the tale of Sleepless in Seattle. And so, I turn it over to you both. I know this was a rewatch for both of you. This was my first time seeing it. So, what did you both think?
I've seen this before a while ago. Like, not a while ago, like a very, very long time ago, back when I was kind of just going through the rom-coms and shit. And it was like this, You've Got Mail, back-to-back-ish. I think I like You've Got Mail a little more. But I gotta rewatch that one. This one definitely, I had a better time with it this time around. I really was invested in the characters. Tom Hanks got, truly one of America's sweethearts. Shit, I was falling for him too. You know what I mean?
Who wouldn't?
And
exactly.
And it's just very, it did feel very When Harry Met Sally-ish, just because, like, not just because of Rob Reiner and being in it, to being Nora Ephron, but like also just the music that she chose. Very similar in style, but not in a bad way. Just in like, oh yeah, it's very, I don't know. I liked the movie this time around quite a bit. Had fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. I used to clown this movie quite a bit.
That's kind of how I felt too. I felt like I used to clown it a lot, and I'm like, okay.
This watch really did something to me. I was like, holy fuck! Like, there is so much heart. There's so much like just tranquility, which makes weirdly no sense, but like everything is like peaceful almost in the way it like looks, the way the people's moved. But like, and also anytime there's a movie with a character named Sam, I immediately like, I can't get into this movie. But except for I Am Sam, because I am Sam. And I love my daughter. Fucking goddamn David Hyde Pierce, when he popped up on my fucking screen, that's when I like fully locked in, and I just was in for the ride. It was perfect. I was in Charlotte, just chilling, could not go to sleep. It was like maybe midnight-ish, and so I just threw it on the TV. I was not going to watch the whole thing, stayed the whole way up. It's just like, something clicked this time. I don't know what it is. It just really clicked.
In Charlotte.
I was sleepless in Charlotte. Bill Pullman, I hated him the first time I saw this. This time I really understood his character and really kind of appreciated that he, like, it wasn't her fault that she didn't love him anymore, and he can't fault her for that, and he just doesn't want to be someone's settle, and that's something everyone can probably relate to. And he's just like, his ability to take it and not be a fucking bitch like most people is really, like, awesome. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I was like, I wanted him to meet the fucking hyena that Tom Hanks was dating earlier in the movie. And I was like, they would have been a match, and then we could have had all this shit. Fucking, I can't think of the actor's name. The kid that played Jonah, Ross something. God damn, that kid has some fucking riz. Like, that kid just could say anything, and I would be like, that kid's right. We gotta do this. And lo and behold, his fucking shit-ass dad doesn't want to believe in him. But that's what all fucking single fathers probably feel at some point. Get the fuck away from me, kid. Shut up, and if if you have any fucking cuts, scrapes, or bruises, I ain't flying back. So, damn, Jackson's frozen. Victor goddamn Garber's in this fucking movie too.
He is.
I love that.
A lot of surprising people in this who I didn't know were going to be in the movie. Fucking the Caroline Aaron from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is the voice of the radio lady, which is fucking nuts. I didn't know that when I was watching it, but yeah. So this is an interesting situation because it seems to me like if this is my pick, and out of the three of us, I was the least enthusiastic about it. I kind of my thoughts are similar to how you felt about The Holiday, Matt. I was kind of just like, it's fine. I don't dislike it at all. I had a perfectly fine time with it, but I was like, it kind of didn't do much for me. Like, it wasn't very unique or deep, or it was very surface level to me with everything it was saying, and just very didn't ever really get me invested in either of the main characters at all. Like, I don't know a thing about them at the end of the movie that I didn't already know at the beginning.
That's I would agree with that.
All I know is he's a lonely widower and she is in an unhappy relationship and desperate for a real connection. You learn that about them in the first goddamn minute of the movie, and that's all you know about them the whole way through.
You gave the description, you asked, did they fall in love and have a happy life and everything? And it's like, the movie doesn't fucking answer that. Why would you?
No, it doesn't, and that's the thing. See, here's the thing, okay? I appreciate what it's trying to do, because I know, again, what everybody's going to say. The whole point is, that's why it's so clever, is because, they don't share any screen time together throughout the whole movie, and that's why it's, different. It's a unique kind of love story. And I'm like, that's fine. I appreciate that idea, but here's the problem. You have to, that can work, but you have to get me invested in the characters. You have to get me invested not only in who they are, but you have to make it apparent to me why they belong together. Because you spent so much time over the course of the movie showing me who they are, what they want, why they want it, and why they are made for each other. You should be making me want to see them get together, because it's like, oh, all you two just got to do is meet, and I know you're going to have a connection. I don't know shit about if they're compatible or not. I really don't. I mean, because I don't know anything about them just in general. I certainly don't know if they're actually right for each other. They don't answer that question. They barely even ask the question. And if anything, I don't think they should be together, because I'm just going to say it. I alluded to it earlier. Meg Ryan is a goddamn stalker. I think he should stay the fuck away from her, if I'm being fucking perfectly honest.
Investigative journalist, Jackson. He's an investigative journalist.
Yeah, sure. he makes the joke at some point in the movie. He says, yeah, well, it could be Fatal Attraction. Every man in America saw that movie and it scared the shit out of them. I'm like, well, Tom, I got news for you. You're in Fatal Attraction. Low-key, this could be recut as a horror movie. I'm not kidding. She is fucking... You play just a little bit different music over some of these scenes. You edit it just a little bit differently. This is kind of low-key like Fatal Attraction. She's stalking him. And I'm just like... You literally don't know anything about him other than just... And I swear to God, it drove me crazy. They do not take any time to let us know anything deeper about them as people. And I'm like, that is the fucking crux of this movie. Or it should be. That is what you need to be getting me invested in. Other than that, it's just a series of scenes of not really that much happening. I have not seen An Affair to Remember, but it seems to me like this low-key kind of just ripped that movie off. My mom, who is not by any means a fan of classic movies, weirdly enough, is a huge fan of An Affair to Remember. Oh, wow. And I asked her, I was like, so does that just... And she was like, yeah, this just is basically just a remake of that movie, but not as good. And I'm like, okay, thank you, because that's low-key the vibe that I got when I was watching it. And so, yeah, there's that as well. And I don't know, man. It was very surface level. It didn't really work on a lot of levels for me. The acting was good. Tom Hanks was great. Meg Ryan, America's sweetheart. God bless her. She's just so, cute and charming, and so is Tom Hanks for that matter. And just everybody was doing the best they could. Bill Pullman, Rob Reiner, everybody was. Rosie O'Donnell, who was actually one of the highlights in this, I thought
Did a really good job.
She was very good. And I gotta just say that kid, fucking, I don't know, man.
You didn't like him?
You don't like him?
Oh, okay.
The kid himself, the kid himself gave a good performance, especially for a kid actor. The way he was written drove me fucking crazy. It's like that old school, like Gary Coleman, different strokes trope, where it's like no 8-year-old kid in the world talks like this. I'm sorry. Or it's like Conan O'Brien made
Young
a joke.
Sheldon does.
Say what?
Young Sheldon does. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, and he's a
second
sitcom.
movie in a row to mention Cary Grant being British.
He's a sitcom character. Oh yeah, good point. But that's the thing. I'm like, Conan O'Brien made a joke once, and it reminded me of that, where he's like, yeah, back in the day, and like the different strokes in those old school sitcoms, the kids like would just make jokes like, oh, if you ask me, this guy's paying too many taxes. It's like, you're a fucking 8-year-old kid. What the fuck do you know? Like, no kid would make wisecracks like that. And I'm like, that's how this kid was written. It's like that kind of character where I'm just like, literally, it was just driving me insane. I'm like, no, I get that some kids are precocious, but this kid was literally just like written like
he lost his mother, Jackson,
a 35-year-old man, and I'm just like, I feel like this should have been the best friend character instead of his son, because that's how he's fucking talking, and it got on my nerves. It did not seem real to me. It seemed kind of just, I don't know, not really real, and that's what I kind of wish that this movie more was, because again, it also doesn't help that my expectations were pretty high, because I was hoping this would be a bit more like When Harry Met Sally. And because I'm like, all right, a lot of the same people, like another giant classic that everybody loves. I'm like, let's go. And just, no, it didn't even come close. So, I don't know. Again, did not dislike the movie at all, but just definitely had issues with it. And the more I thought about it.
0 for 3 this week?
Say what?
Are you 0 for 3 this week?
No, I count this as a 1.
Okay,
I count this as because I liked it fine, but, I just was kind of like, eh. It just didn't.
What a way to start the New Year's.
Say what?
What a way to start the New Year's.
What a way to end this year.
Yeah.
We haven't started the new year yet, but this is how we're going to end this one. No, again, I know it sounded like I'm coming in hot, but I'm not. There were things about it that I didn't like, and things about it that disappointed me, and things about it that the more I've thought about it have just gotten worse in my head. But I did not dislike it in any way. I thought it was perfectly fine. Like, if I had to see this again, I would not complain, about having to watch it again. It was fine for what it was. It just wasn't very deep, and it wasn't very, there were some good moments in it.
I don't know. It was Sam and I's second watch, and we both had similar feelings when I think we first saw it. So maybe it's one of those things where the second time around, it might just hit you different.
You just gotta know what you're getting into the next time, I guess.
I'm getting into Fatal Attraction too.
But yeah.
That's essentially what this is, in my opinion. But
I'm surprised nobody's recut this as a horror film yet, like as a trailer.
I really feel like
it's probably out there. If not,
I think it's just one of those movies that it spoke to something about how people felt about relationships at the time it came out. It spoke to people in a certain way, and it kind of just captured them. And I think if a lot of people who maybe haven't seen it in a while went back and watched it now, they would find it's not as good as they thought it was back then, maybe. But again, apparently for you two, it was the opposite, so maybe I'm wrong. But
I spoke to Stuart's mom a little bit about it, and she was like, "Damn, I haven't seen that movie since probably 1993." And I think a
lot of people haven't. I think because my mom,
okay.
She I think told me she hasn't seen it since like a really long time. So I'm just like, she wasn't even crazy about it to begin with. But
I do think Tom Hanks' character is the most relatable, being someone who was dating in the 70s, then was so out of that world and having to come back into that world. Like, I related to his character a lot. I think, like you said with Meg Ryan, it's a little like stretch of like, oh, why are you fucking throwing your whole life away for this thing that you don't even know if it's real? That's like the stretch, but I think all of his stuff was very by the books, like how I imagine someone trying to get back into the world. His conversations with Rob Reiner at the bar, joking about like how you gotta talk to women nowadays. It's like, oh, now you don't want to like go straight to dinner in case you don't like it. So go get drinks, and then you can ask her to dinner.
I did like that part. That was actually really good. Yeah, I love how he was talking about never dinner, first a drink, and then it was funny where he calls the girl and he's like, "Yeah, how about a drink?" Oh, dinner.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Like that was funny, and then I love the scene. The tiramisu joke was fucking hilarious as
Like,
well.
what's tiramisu? You'll know.
Yeah, like, oh man, I'm not gonna know how to do that. That's some kind of weird sex thing. Trust me, you'll know when you see it. I was like, okay, that's funny. Again, there were definitely parts of the movie that
Rob
did,
Reiner checking out his ass, being like, it's kind of cute.
That was weird as shit. I was like, what the fuck? But
I could see us doing that to Andrew though.
Yeah, literally.
I can see that feels like something that people would do now. I feel like in 1993, the idea of like two guys just casually doing that to each other was not really a thing. But yeah, this again kind of felt like, okay, what?
Shows the bond of their friendship.
Yes, but
You could look at each other's ass and give a solid, non-influence critique. You could be my friend.
Yeah. I guess really the more I think about it, it was really more Meg Ryan's story that I didn't fuck with. Because, I mean, Tom Hanks' story was also very underdeveloped. But when I think of all the best scenes in the movie that, I liked the most, it was his stuff. Because her story was just complete nonsense. I mean, like, just... She keeps watching a fucking movie and she's kind of a crazy stalker who's writing letters to this guy and, not really explain... Like, I get she's married to a boring schlub, but, like... I don't know. That was the biggest weakness of the movie to me, was it just did not get beneath the surface of what either of them were feeling. Like, at fucking all. And that was, like... Something that When Harry Met Sally did perfectly was, like... It explored those characters and how they felt and who they were so well. I mean, in the first 10 minutes of that movie, I mean, just that alone, you get so much about those characters. And then you just keep going from there. But here, seriously, by the end of the movie, I'm like, I didn't learn anything about either of you. Like, genuinely. And honestly, if we're being real here, the real, fucking tragic hero of the story is Bill Pullman. Because, like, bro did not deserve that shit. I mean, yes, he's a boring schlub, but, like, she chose him. That's her bad, not his, So, yeah. Bro can't help that he's allergic to everything, Like,
maybe this is
a fucking special ring, He cares.
His mama's fingers were fat. The movie wants you to believe that it is love at first sight is the only real kind of love, and I think that's a very big fuck you to a lot of people.
I didn't think about it that way until you just said it, and you're kind of right. That kind of knocks it down a little bit more for me.
Meg Ryan and Bill Pullman started to eventually find a common ground of things they like. The 10 set, because 12 is too many, 8's not enough. Like, the ring fit perfectly on her. Like, there are things that they could have a very long-lasting, strong relationship, and it just doesn't want you to think that that is valid. So...
Well, it's weird because like then she also made When Harry Met Sally, which is like kind of the opposite of that. So it's like I was just throwing darts at the fucking wall and was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna do this time.
Yeah, she's like, let me try the opposite this time.
Just in case people have felt the other way around.
Because that one was about people who meet several times over the years and keep running into each other at different points in their lives. And this one is about two people who do not meet at fucking all and don't know each other by the time they get together. So, total opposite.
But, and they fucking honeypot us. This movie's really a Valentine's Day movie.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I did really appreciate the map of the United States with the little dots of like the flying. That was a cool little editing touch that I thought would helped.
I appreciated the music choices as well.
Yeah.
Those were well done. It was also very well shot. It was fucking Sven Nykvist, Ingmar Bergman's cinematographer.
Yeah.
Like shot this, and I was like, "What the fuck? That's random."
That explains.
Yeah, it explains why it looks so goddamn good.
I know. Yeah, I was like, "All right, like we got some good ass shots in this."
Down to the fucking shot of her whipping up to that diner, parking, running in, getting the coffee, and then coming out with that wide shot of the diner, and then you see a little bit of the extra city and her car in the middle.
That opening shot was fucking insane. We're just that like pan up to where you like see the city. I was like, that was that shit. I love that. But Yeah, and then I remember the shot of Tom Hanks just sitting on the boat on the lake, like thinking, "Oh, that's a really good shot right there." But and she did a good job directing it too. I mean, considering this was like only her second movie, her first like kind of big one that she directed. And yeah, again, just like it has some merit, it has some memorable aspects to it, but I remember like getting about a little over halfway through the movie and just kind of being like, when is this fucking thing gonna start? You know what I'm saying? Like, when are we gonna start doing something? We kind of just been spinning our fucking wheels here for an hour, and then we just kept spinning our wheels. That's kind of just that's all the movie really did for the most part, was just kind of spin its wheels. And
I don't know if you've seen it, Jackson. I've not seen You've Got Mail. Would y'all say that that's a much?
well, boys,
I remember having more fun with that one, just off my memory. Like I only seen it once that I fully remember. Like I seen it once in probably high school, but I did see it once like 2 years ago. I had a surprisingly good time with it.
I have not seen it, but boys, I'm just gonna put this out there. My next little thematic trilogy might just be the spiritual successor to the Gary Marshall trilogy, which also started with the New Year's episode last year. Might just be the three Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, this You've Got Mail, and Joe versus the Volcanoes. So,
Jackson, you need an ice pack because you're having a hot flash.
I'm gonna get a big heart-shaped box of chocolates and just eat it while watching a reality show.
He's bewitched.
You gotta have
no, fuck no to that one. Fuck no.
You gotta have the ice and the white wine.
Just listen to ABBA.
Yep. Gotta have your hair up in a towel.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely not how I watched this movie, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
No, you had your.
Not how I watched the movie, Matt. Get those fucking cameras out of my house right goddamn now. But to summarize, I think this was definitely. I know I came in hot, but I definitely did not in any way dislike this movie. I just didn't. I didn't love it either.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like it was okay. It was not great, but it wasn't terrible. Again, if I had to watch it again, I wouldn't complain, and maybe I would even find more things to appreciate about it. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, I'm glad I rewatched it because, like I said, I clowned the fuck out of this movie. I used to just be like, that fucking stupid goddamn piece of shit. I ain't gonna watch that again. And here I am.
Maybe I just need to get to you guys' point where I've seen it again and I'm like, oh, okay. There's deeper levels to this shit.
There's deeper levels to it. Never thought I would hear that in a sentence with Sleepless. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's funny. This one I actually have on DVD, but I was lazy, so I just looked it up on Prime because it was on the Stars thing, and I was like, I don't even feel like digging this one out. I'm kind of wishing I did, but
no, I need to find my copy for the shelf. I just got a Nora from Stuart for Christmas on Criterion, so I'm like,
hey,
good shit.
So
fuck yeah.
But yeah, I'd say I'm like a solid 2.5 or 3.
Yeah, I'd say
I enjoyed my movie quite a bit. I didn't get much out of it, but I enjoyed it, and Entrapment is what it is. So,
kind of agree with you on that. I'm just more of like the 0.5 for yours because I'm kind of glad I saw it and I get to tell people I've seen it.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that I think I'll see it anytime soon, but I will.
Literally.
I'd say I'm pretty.
Oh no. I didn't hear a word you said, Jackson. So
yeah, well, second me's got to go away.
He's actually to your left on my screen. Up, other way. Your stage left. Not. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now you got him.
You're pointing at him.
You got him in your sight.
In my screen, he's right beneath me. So
that's what I realized when you're pointing down. I was like, whoop.
Now he's
okay. You could top and bottom yourself. So
goddamn right. Don't ever doubt it. But and so can Catherine Zeta-Jones for that matter. But in any case, yes, I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Oh,
you were.
Yeah, I'm 1 for 3 because I did not dislike Sleepless in Seattle. I thought it was fine. I liked it fine.
Okay.
The other two I cannot say the same. I am. How about this? I am 1.5 for 3 because the first half of Goodbye 20th Century I fucked with. The second half, goddamn. But did not
I'll
fuck
take
with
it. That's a 50%. I'll take it.
That's the 50% Sam needs.
There you go. That's the 0.5%.
Yeah.
That gets taken off.
You're on thin ice now.
On thin ice now. Yeah.
Alec Baldwin's coming for you.
Well,
Yep.
thankfully next week is what it is because it's going to be a safe pick. But then immediately after, I'm going for the fucking fences again.
Oh, goddamn. But
it's been a 3 for 3. Happy New Year's. I do need to ask y'all a question. If you could hear this. Well, do y'all have any New Year's resolutions, my friends? Because my New Year's resolution is to watch numerous good movies, not give a fuck what anyone else thinks, piss off as many people as humanly possible, and bring more heat to this podcast. And I'm very excited for the next 5 things that I already have lined up. So,
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, those are pretty much all my resolutions as well. And also, crazy that we've made it through a whole calendar year now, because we couldn't say that before, but yeah. So, happy 2026, everybody.
Happy 2026.
It's been a good year of growth for the podcast.
it's brought to you by Voodoo Ranger.
Yes.
We'll get our sponsorship.
That is our New Year's resolution, getting a sponsorship from Voodoo Ranger.
At least a free case of beer.
At least.
If nothing else.
I'm still waiting on my copy Arrow video of The Mask. The 4K copy of The Mask. I need it.
Arrow.
Give it to me.
My New Year's resolution is to get Dogma on 4K.
Hell yeah.
That I need.
Cool. And we will not forget each other.
We will keep each other in our hearts.
Not forget the old acquaintances.
And not forget that we forgot them.
I love how we're quoting a different Nora Ephron, Meg Ryan.
You can't have New Year's without a little bit of Old Lang Syne. I'm 3 for 3 this week. I hope y'all are. And anyone in the audience, let us know what your favorite pick is this week. Vote in that fucking poll. That poll seems to be liking y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Grinch that stole bitches
the
for getting us
Grinch
so
that
much
stole
fucking
bitches.
attention. Who knew that was the fucking thing that was gonna blow us up?
And if you did like it, go fuck yourself. Still let us know.
Let us know.
And the Christmas Christmas movie moderators, you can go fuck yourself too, as well as John
100%.
Campia. John Campia, you go fuck yourself.
John Campia and Robert Meyer Burnett and anyone associated with them, yes. Coming into 2026, hating John Campia.
And Alan Cumming, you know what you fucking did.
That's right. Matt will not be seeing the new X-Men trailer when it comes out next week because he can't see a certain person.
I did hear a rumor that the X-Men trailer was now playing in front of Avatar showing, so I might go see that X-Men
It
trailer.
is because it just got leaked. And
Yep. So I can report back with the X-Men trailer and what that fucking holds for me. But I'm sure y'all already know what happens. So, and what happens is another 3 for 3.
Yep,
Get
as
X-Men.
always.
To remember one of the goats, just as we last saw him.